Hello everybody, it's 9 and it does. How y'all doing today? Doing good? We're getting ready to gear up for another weekend, aren't we? Well, it's Thursday, and up here where I live, Thursday is always trash day. Taking out the garbage. And that's what's going to happen today. Cheers, dears. Nothing like a good cup of tea on a damp, rainy afternoon. I'm just saying. Gotta have a cup of tea. I'll get a biscuit later because it's not good to eat in front of people like that. Nobody wants to see that. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Consider giving me a little subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. We got to get this algorithm moving. Give us a thumbs up. That helps me greatly too. And all my hangers on, welcome back. And thanks for hanging on. Okay, let's get back to the garbage of the week, shall we? Let's take that trash to the curb. Well, side of the road where I live anyway. This Thursday, I want to concentrate on the Mango Moose Knuckle and his band of marauders he's got out there. Now, I'm talking about the Mango Moose Knuckle's total overreach and abuse of the 18th century Alien Enemies Act. I mean, yeah, he's abusing the supreme shit out of that is what he's doing. He told those who bow and scrape and who, frankly, like nothing else but hurting and terrorizing immigrants, they just love that, so they sign on, no problem at all, and they have free reign to do what, for lack of a better word, home invasions. You know, these things that Trump said that they had to stomp down because there's too many home invasions, and that crime is rising so much in blue cities, right? In Chicago, New York City, not happening. But anyway, that's on him. So, you know, those things that Trump said were at record highs in his little syphilitic mind, because that's what I think is happening to his mind. The syphilitic worm is having a gnaw or two, I think. Now, these goon squads got the go-ahead to conduct warrantless invasions into homes where they think there may be an undocumented person. They are not aliens or harboring illegal enemies. Again, no. These raids are getting more militant, and neighborhoods all across the United States of America are seeing families living in fear. Folks living in the country legally are being taken out, handcuffed, and detained. No charges are being laid, and no answers for the detained people about anything. They have no contact with family, and family are not notified as to where their loved ones are being taken. And watch any documentary on World War II about the black shirts. That was Benito Mussolini's fascist national party. And then we had the brown shirts, or the SA, that were under the little mustache man, who were used to intimidate and suppress opposition with violence, which I think, if the Mango Moose Knuckle isn't reined in sooner rather than later, this will all happen. He is already starting to rehash the Black Lives Matter rallies and the anti-fascist rallies. Yes, against fascism. You can say Antifa all you want and make it out to be something it's not. It means anti-fascist, and damn right, I am anti-fascist. The only difference right now is that the target group is immigrants who seem to believe in Jesus Christ and a Christian God. But they're the Christians that are rounding them up and persecuting them. So anyway, whatever the hell these ICE goons, thugs, they are living their let's get our hate on mentality. If these squads were law-abiding officials, they would knock on the doors and ask and present the documentation. These are, for the most part, regular law-abiding citizens. Never done anything to anybody. They're your neighbors, your friends, family. These people are not, for the most part, mass murderers and drug cartel, drug gangs and stuff like that. This was from KFOR, Oklahoma. One of my subscribers asked me to look into that story, and here it is. There was a raid in Oklahoma, and these ICE arseholes swept into a home in the middle of the night where an American mom and her 2 daughters were sleeping. They had to watch as these, in my opinion, criminals, saying they were attempting to apprehend an immigrant gang, swept in forcefully and took everything they own. These agents smashed windows, broke furniture, and absolutely terrified the family. The mom said she thought they were being robbed and was fearful that maybe they would violate her daughter or kidnap them. What if I had a gun, she said. Indeed. If she had a weapon, neither she or her 2 daughters would be here to tell the story. Just saying. She asked when their belongings were going to be returned to them and was told, maybe in a few days, months. That was it. She said, we had guns pointed at our faces. Could you just reprogram yourself and see us as humans, as women? Have a little bit of mercy. Care a little bit about your fellow human, your fellow citizen, fellow resident. We bleed just like everybody else bleeds. We were so scared, we were terrified, and they could see it on our faces. The outcome of this? They had the wrong house. They don't care to double check. Marissa, the mom, said we are citizens. Why us? Why? You see this and hear this on the news, and now I'm part of the news. On Wednesday, KFOR said the U.S. Department of Homeland Security said the raid on Marissa's house, which she just moved into 2 weeks prior from Maryland, was part of a nationwide operation that ICE was carrying out. And they were carrying out a court or authorized warrant for large-scale human smuggling in investigations. Apparently there was a couple of people that lived in the house 2 weeks before she moved in. Didn't matter to them. Now, a lawyer, his name is Giacomo, he opened his phone as he was coming out of the courthouse, and he seen this story, and all he could say was, here we go again. Now, he had just argued a case before the United States Supreme Court on behalf of an Atlanta family who were raided by the FBI, and they just forgot to check the address on the house before they unleashed SWAT and decimated their home. This lawyer has taken on that case pro bono, and now he will also represent Marissa and her 2 girls free of charge as well. These guys, like Tom Hoebag, says they don't care what the judges say. Judges aren't going to stop these deportation flights. Judges aren't going to stop the deportations. They aren't going to stop temporary detainment. And by the way, we can keep them up to 6 months if we want to. Pam Bondi is saying shit like, pack your bags and get out of our country. You have 7 days and then we will deport you. We will come after you. Many recipients of her, what I call spam-style email, was sent to anyone and everyone whose last names could be thought of as Spanish, French, like the Haitians, or people who have protected status, like Abrego Garcia. If he was guilty of a criminal act, deport him. He came to the United States as barely a 16-year-old kid. He had a hearing when the Mango Moose Knuckle was president, and his appointed judge said, this man is not to be deported back to El Salvador because he and his family will be killed in 2019, and was given protected status by the Trump government. He reports regularly. He hasn't gotten into any trouble. There was a miscommunication between him and his wife. That was years ago. Things are great now. Well, they were until he got taken out. He was not supposed to get deported to El Salvador because he would be unlived there. These Trump-appointed brown shirts is what I'm calling the FBI, Tom Hoebag's ICE goons, Pam Bondi and Christy, I killed my goat gnome. They need to be taken to the curb. They are the garbage bag of the week. They need to be taken to the curb and taken off to the dump. They are a menace to everyday citizens and those that are lawfully trying to become citizens. In Florida, the HOEBAG and his team literally rounded up over 800 immigrants in all kinds of raids. CNN, Fox News, Newsweek, you name it, they're all talking about it. In a first of its kind operation with local law enforcement, which in my opinion, these other state departments like the sheriff's department, state troopers, Florida's guard, his personal little police force there, I believe they were all made to sign some paperwork saying that they would cooperate with this. And if they didn't, they were going to be fired. So there's that. It started April 26th, went for 4 days, so 200 a day. I don't know if they put a limit on how many they could do a day. I mean, it's a lot of work, right? Ron DeSatan said on X, he hailed the operation as an example of Florida and the Department of Homeland Security partnering to deliver big results on immigration enforcement and deportation. Florida is leading the nation. It's not a game series on TV. This is real life, Satan. In active cooperation with the Trump administration for immigration enforcement, deportation operations. Does he have that on a list and they have to say those exact same words? Because he said it like 4 times in different interviews. The exact same words, same context, everything. So how very Christian of you, Rotten Ronnie. Oh, and he called it Operation Tidal Wave. That was the name of the operation. So, okay, Ronnie, you can join today's other bags of garbage. And you know what? Just for good measure, why don't you just throw those little white booties that you wear in with you? Might need them where you're going. Anyway, 99 loves you. Be good, be safe. Please take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. I love you all so much. I appreciate the new subscribers that are starting to come back. I appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe. See you tomorrow, hangers on. Newcomers, welcome. Mwah. I love you all so much.